Well, my name is Bela Petheo, and I'm a professional painter. I was always doing this and teaching exactly the same thing, teaching art, whatever is really close to this or related intimately, such as drawing, color, different techniques. This is an acrylic technique. Something, although this is, if people say, well, this is a kind of impressionistic painting, well, forget about it. Monet did not have these kind of paints at his disposal. I think the history of Impressionism would be different if acrylics would have been invented. Well, after painting so many scenes at St. Paul, Minnesota, Duluth, Minnesota, Stillwater, Minnesota, then going over to Europe and working in southern France, in Paris, in Italy, mostly in Venice. I decided to try my luck, with the local scenery. And during the summer, I was very pleasantly surprised by seeing this kind of nice little development, and of course everybody knows what this is, the Mexican village, but those two buildings, and I'm not talking about a kind of archaeological reconstruction or the way an architect would represent a building, showing each and every piece of stone or the kind of interior work of a window or all the brickwork in here. Same thing in here. See, the way a painter sees the world is both reduced and both enhanced. Reduced in the sense that you are deprived from all that kind of sweet little detail. For example, somebody pointed out this to me, that this is a door carved by Joe Cano. Well, there is absolutely no evidence of the painting about this. It is just a kind of nice red streak here, which is harmonizing with the reds around there. So it is, everything is translated in terms of color and simplified shape, that is, we are not getting into the intricacies of what kind of arch this is, as long as it is a kind of pointed arch in a kind of general sense. For a painter, this does the trick. Why? Because the painter is interested not so much what the building looks alone, but what it looks like when where there are a bunch of trees, and then the sky, and then what happens next to the building, what happens on this side, what happens here. And so this principle that everything is somehow relating to everything sounds like ecology, but the artists were there already. They realized that if you use certain kind of rats in here, perhaps you have to do something here, something here, something there. And basically the same colors are coming back all over the place. These blues are more or less related to the blue of the sky or to this blue, and again these orangish purples, and variations are coming back. Sometimes the color comes back in a very pure form, or with these turquoises, you cannot get much cleaner than that, or some of these yellow highlights. So life is translated into color interaction and not so much visual inventory of how many little elements are here. Oh, one is missing. Oh, gee, this is missing. Yes, this is missing. Oh, this is missing too. Wow, this is a bad painting. Well, it ain't, because it works by its own laws and not the laws of kind of minute representation, which is basically all right for an architect or for a photographer. So in this kind of manner, St. Cloud is not any different than any of the bigger cities, Marseille or Venice or Nice. And indeed, this is because of the traditional architecture. This is definitely here. You see a little bit of an Italian Renaissance in in this building, well, I'm sure this is not so much a Renaissance, it's something else. This is definitely with these arches, you know, Mediterranean, and there is a kind of nice continuation here. This is not the asphalt roof, as you can see, but you see all over the place. So it's the kind of, what is this? The tile roofs here, you know, I don't know the exact name. So you see, this creates a kind of nice, colorful sense. And if you had any doubt that this is a kind of warm climate, you know, what we have around here, here are the people enjoying themselves, you know. This is excluded, you know, and he is, I guess he cannot afford Java, you know, or $3 or $4 coffees, what's going on in here. Here is a little bike here, a girl is just parking or perhaps just taking off. There are people reading, discussing, again somebody is reading. So it is a little bit of a life here. Indeed, this is not the concoction of the artist, because these people put out those chairs and tables, although not too consistently. You know, at one occasion when I started, indeed this was the case, and then I came back the same time, everything was gone. So I went inside, asked the manager what happened to the furniture out there. Oh, we don't put these things out if the weather forecast says that there is a chance for afternoon storms or rain. So I told them, look, I tell you something, I guarantee you. Say, I don't believe in meteorology. You know, surprised that manager is a kind of grown-up man and still he has some mythological beliefs. So yeah, I told them, look, you know, nothing is going to happen while I painted this, you know. And he looked at me, a strange guy, you know, but then I was on his back, so finally he put back everything. Sure, I finished the painting around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. There was supposed to be rain. Well, the rain never came, but at least the painting is accomplished. Well, then the subsequent history of the painting is quite interesting because it has brothers and sisters. Once I realized that Saint Cloud is paintable, the fancy word is picturesque. Once that quality has been established, I did something which is, one is called around Seattle, and then a kind of long view going down to the Paramount. So it became part of a series. And as such, I showed this for a few times, and of course people like this and oohed, and there were oohing and eyeing. Nobody was interested in buying this. So I said to myself, anybody who likes this, you know, can have it. You know, well, I don't want to get into the kind of history of ownership. You know, that's a different deal. But even so, the painting remained rather popular. So ended up on the cover of the 205 St. Cloud Chamber of Commerce. You see, the colors have been really souped up. If you compare this part of the foreground, can you see this, and now we are getting into here in this area. Well, ain't that sweet? You know, this looks like a bunch of cantaloupe and ice cream thrown out here. You know, in my painting it is very modest. But of course, this is an artwork. This is supposed to be an eye-catching, rather loud cover, you know, which is standing out from the rather gray masses of zillion publications that people throw out. So it works with a different purpose, in a different function. Well, I guess this should do the trick.